We will now create our first scaling group, or ASG. For this, we need a load balancer. We don't have any running instances, so we'll create our auto scaling group. We're going to be on the AWS interface, which ends on August 31st, so we'll switch to the new version. On the home page of our auto scaling, we'll create an auto scaling group that we will call My First ASG. As a launch model, we have none. So what we're going to do is we're going to create a launch model. My first ASG model. I'll also use this as a description. We turn off the advices regarding auto scaling. Model targets are not needed at the moment. We'll choose a type of AMI. We'll choose an Amazon Linux 2. And the instance model will take a T3. More precisely, T3 Micro. We'll check our key pair, my first instance. We'll use a VPC. We'll use the same security group as before, that is to say my first instance group, which will authorize on port 22 and 80. We have an ABS storage volume. Tags can be used, but I'm not going to use any at the moment. We've made good progress here. Network interface will use the primary interface. What's interesting is details in which we can put the user data. We'll get the script. We insert the user data, and remember that this script allows us to install a patch and display a message on the home page. We confirm our selection and then create. I'll now display my instant template. It is well created. Now I can go back to my ASG page, and so I refresh. And here I can choose my first ASG template. So it has all the information that we put in it, the launch template, the security group, and the information that is active in our launch template. I do the following. We have two solutions here, combined spot instances and on-demand instances, or use on-demand instances only. We'll use on-demand instances. We are going to install our machine on the default VPC and the 3 availability zones. We do the following. Regarding the load balancing, we're going to activate the load balancing, so we're going to be on an ELB, so an application load balancer, and we're going to select here. We select a target group in which our machine will be located. When it comes to health check, the AC2 health check is activated by default, and we can also turn on the load balancer health check. We don't need to activate monitoring for the moment. We'll come back to it when we study CloudWatch. Here we have the possibility to configure the scale of our group. The desired and minimum size is 1 and the maximum size is 3. We confirm our choice. Concerning the scaling strategies, we don't care about it for the moment. Same for the instant protection against scaling. Regarding notification, we can send notification through the AWS service. In our example, this is not necessary. We can also add tags, but again, this is not necessary. We can then create our auto scaling group. We arrive on the page of our auto scaling group, click on it. We'll see that at the level of the capacity, we have the desired one, the minimal one, and lastly the maximum one. If we go back to the previous page, we can also see that our group has just launched an instance in this ability zone. We can have the information related to the activity of our auto scaling group. We can see that a machine has been launched following the group's request. The capacity has changed from 0 to 1, which corresponds to the desired capacity. We can now check in the target group of our load balancer if the auto scaling group has added the target, that is to say our machine. We can go back to the load balancer in order to connect to the web page and check that it is working properly, in particular to see if a desired message is displayed. I copy the address and wait a few seconds. The desired message appears. We'll be able to modify the strategy of our auto scaling group. In order to modify the minimum expected number, we return to the page of our auto scaling group. We click on the desired group and we can now edit the capacity. The desired capacity is changed to 2. The other parameters are not changed. We will now look in the Activity tab if the data has been updated. After refreshing the page, we see that our group has decided to launch a new AC2 instance to respond to the auto scan request. That is to say, our new request for the desired capacity. We refresh again, the second instance has been launched successfully. We go to our target group and see that the second instance has been added. Both are healthy. We go back to our load balancer and we refresh the page. We'll see our 2 instances responding to the browser request. Thanks to the auto scaling group, we can feed our load balancer according to the policy we have undertaken. That's it for our auto scaling group.